that we would commonly use these for. And then heat versus cold, and then I also put the precautions for heat versus cold as well. Heat is usually 6 layers, sometimes 8 depending with the hot pads, and then cold is 2 to 4. What else do I have in here? Oh, and then I just dive into each one, so kind of my layout like I've done for the other ones. Purpose, and then like indications, fluidotherapy I have in here, a paraffin bath. Loved your videos for these two. Ultrasound, some of the contraindications for this, like active infection, pregnancy, overgrown plates, stuff like that. And then each of these are like little packets, so they go into a little more detail. Cold therapy or cryotherapy, neuromuscular and MES, oh my gosh, sorry, modality, contraindications for that, TENS machine, and then I have, again, I love my quick reference guides. So I have another quick reference guide. So like fluidotherapy, the primary uses for heat, range of motion, and stiffness. The best diagnosis for this are rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, scar tissue, stiffness, stuff like that. And then the other ones, I also put a quick reference chart for the major contraindications. So same thing, fluidotherapy, open wounds, infection. What was the other one? Uncontrolled edema. That's it. There you go. Clinical decision guide, it just continues to go into it, like how the patient presents and then what would be best. So if a patient came in with acute pain and swelling, cryotherapy would be the best. If they had chronic arthritis, paraffin's probably the best. Chronic pain, TENS machine is always great. Muscle weakness, and MES machine. And then HEPs, home exercise programs, I have all the ones from in here from our on-site. And I had one in my case study too that I made specific for it. Billing and documentation, the fun part. Okay, let's see here. Just basic, very, very, very basic. Okay, I have timed CPT codes and untimed. Untimed are for the modalities, so paraffin bath, fluidotherapy, and ultrasound. Timed is obviously therapeutic exercise, neuromuscular reeducation, stuff like that. And then I have common CPT codes and hand therapy. And I put them where usually they would like fall together. So therapeutic exercises for like tendon glides, nerve glides, range of motion, therapy, grip strengthening, pinch strengthening, neuroed, dexterity coordination, proprioception, motor control, and hand manipulation, manual therapy, scar mobilization, edema massage, joint massage, soft tissue, etc. A billing cheat sheet if I was at an outpatient hand clinic. Just example of like a 60-minute session. So if I was doing tendon glide exercises, that would be therapeutic exercises. And then that would be 1 unit. I put the 8-minute rule on here, even though we already know that is CODIS, but just to have it, because why not? It just makes sense to have it there. We have like scar mobilization. That one would be under manual therapy. And then just common diagnoses and what common CPTs are for them, even though that can always range. Hand therapy, documentation, cheat sheet. So just common things we would see within our SOAP note. And then skilled documentation examples too. So just it's just what we learned, like even in CODIS school, right? How can we make something sound skillful, and how can we document it? How can we document modalities? How can we document our exercises? So just patient completed like a medium resistive therapy exercise to increase hand strength, and then we just go into it, right? And then just some billing interventions. I think that's it. And then I have my reflections back here, the portfolio reflection, and then cultural humility. This is just basically talking about that no to individuals are the same, everybody is different, and we need to continue to be client-centered, put everybody first, always take into consideration their cultural background, values, life experiences, beliefs, socioeconomic circumstances, and personal goals when developing our interventions. If they feel uncomfortable with something or it's not within the religious or cultural beliefs or views or values, then we need to know how to adapt it. And that's, I think we're just used to that as CODAs. Just, we need to walk in and be flexible all the time. That's what OT is. And then for my portfolio, I just was talking about reflection. I was just talking about all the different things I kind of put in here and how I didn't really have a good understanding of hand therapy, and it's actually been very cool to have this class and to even complete this portfolio, because I have a lot of kiddos right now with quadriplegic CP that are very spastic, and some of these splints and a lot of things I've learned are things that I've actually been able to apply now. And if I get into a hand clinic for my level 2 field work, I'm gonna have this portfolio. I think this was a super cool assignment because this is something that we can take forward with us. And I've learned a lot more about specifics in billing and the modalities I had some knowledge in, but even just the diagnoses and knowing, okay, you know, this person has stiffness, this person has pain, this is how we need to attack it first, right? It might be modality, or here's some exercises, and this is like even the phases and the weeks of how long, if somebody has this procedure done or comes in with this, how long is this healing process and what can we do within that healing process? So it was very useful for me. Okay, I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I'm so sorry I couldn't meet with you over video this time. Hopefully, if we have another class with you next time.